5,000 and 43,000, precisely the number of barangays long overrun by illegal drugs now liberated and narcotics-free, to the number of criminal cases filed in court against elements of the illegal drug trade. This along with an up-to-date report from the lead agency in the legal war, in line with objectives of transparency and accountability incorporated in the Freedom of Information Act that these reports from the PNP and PDEA espouse. From Rocky Ignacio.
Malacanang reiterates a continuing campaign to eradicate illegal drugs and corruption in the country. In today's real numbers briefing, the Philippine National Police and the Philippine Drug Enforcement Agency or PDEA presented the latest data on the anti-drug campaign of the Duterte administration. PNP spokesperson Chief Superintendent John Bulalakaw reported that 192 policemen allegedly involved in the operations of illegal drugs were relieved from their positions and were assigned to their respective administration and holding units. At present, more than 5,000 barangays had been declared drug-free, while 43,000 drug-related cases from July 2016 up to February 2018 had been filed in court. The PNP official assured that respect for human rights is paramount in the anti-drug operations under the Oplan Tukhang.
We remain optimistic with the prospect of less bloody anti-drug operations this time around by prescribing supplemental operational guidelines when conducting Tokhang activities and law enforcement operations against drug personalities. These supplemental guidelines are essentially founded on the fundamental principles of respect for human rights and strict adherence to the rule of law, with greater emphasis on transparency, accountability, and command responsibility.
PDEA meanwhile clarified that the government's anti-drug war is not against humanity. The PDEA official said this amidst international criminal courts' preliminary examination to determine if they have jurisdiction on the anti-drug war of the Duterte administration. PCOO Assistant Secretary Attorney Ana Marie Banaag said that the executive is confident that the case will not prosper. She claimed that real numbers on the anti-drug campaign are clear.
Sir, this is precisely why we came up with these real numbers, in order that we can be transparent in regard to the conduct of the anti-drug campaign. Now, if the data will be summoned in relation to such hearing, then the PDEA will support in terms of the data.
Question of whether or not it will prosper, that is really up to them, because they have a basis, they have principles as to which to base the investigation. First is, I think, complementarity, whether or not there is a case that's pending here, and gravity. And we don't believe that it is a crime against humanity.
Aside from illegal drugs, Malacanang is determined to curb corruption in the country. PCOO Assistant Secretary Attorney Chris Ablan presented the accomplishments of the Freedom of Information or FOI in the executive branch. This is in line with President Rodrigo Duterte's order for accountability and transparency in protecting people's money.
Yes, Rose. So pwede, no? We've received a request for information on the travel itinerary and travel expenses of the President. We also, for the PCO part, we've been also receiving requests for information on the travel expenses of one of our assistant secretaries. And yes, so people can ask these types of questions because they involve the use of public funds.
The FOI committee will determine steps to automatically release the statement of assets, liabilities, and net worth of the President and members of the Cabinet. Rocky Ignacio for The Nation.